Grubhub is adding Amazon's Just Walk Out technology to its college campus dining experiences. According to GeekWire, Amazon's Just Walk Out technology is being deployed for the first time by Grubhub as part of the food ordering platform's Grubhub campus experience. Just Walk Out will be used at Loyola University, Maryland, in Baltimore, at a store called the Bowman Express, which offers freshly prepared foods, beverages, frozen food, snacks, and convenience store items. Loyola is one of 300 higher education institutions that Grubhub works with, and it says that Grubhub also told GeekWire that it is the only food ordering and delivery marketplace that works with campus dining programs. So they've got the monopoly, Chris.
Interesting.
What do you think of this this move by Grubhub on the Loyola campus?
Yeah, and you know, the important part of this story too, which I forgot about, I had to go back and look this up because I had totally forgotten about this. I forgot. I mean, I remember that there was the Grubhub with Prime thing, right?
Yeah.
That they announced a few, like a year. I don't remember when it was, but it was a while back. I forgot that they also invested in Grubhub, right? They have all these
Amazon,
they have all these warrants to get more equity and stuff.
Yes.
So this is really interesting and very strategic from Amazon. And I'll explain why in a sec. But I don't know, Ed. I don't know if I'm sick today because I love all three of the first headlines. Like the first three headlines, I'm like love, love, love. You know, that's like three loves in a row. Like it's like the show is big love.
Are you feeling
today.
all right?
Big love,
okay?
Big love Omni Talk, which
hopefully
it's not, because that would be really weird. But no, I mean, the idea of merging Just Walk Out with food delivery is something that I've long been a fan of. I first wrote about it in Forbes back in 2020, which was like 3 years ago. And it makes so much sense to start with doing that on campus and then broaden out from there, because the interesting thing about campus, when you talk about last mile or quick delivery, is that there's scale, because the same orders are more likely going to the same neighborhoods, or even in this case, the same dormitories. That's very different than, say, like the standard quick commerce operation where you have no idea where those orders are going, you know, out. You have no clue, but here they're likely going in the same area. So that gives you scale in the delivery. And so this is very akin to what DoorDash is doing with their Double Dash program, because over the long run, if you think about it, you play this out, it gives Grubhub the ability to do the exact same thing out of their convenience stores on campus, and gives them the ability to offer that service to their college customers that are ordering food delivered to their dorms or for pickup at the on-site dining hall. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Thanks for saying the dining halls. But then you could say also, you know what? I also want a bottle of Coke, a pack of Doritos, whatever the hell college kids are eating these days. You know, they can similarly double dash that to the order. But the cool thing is the Just Walk Out technology makes that really simple, because all the inventory is accurate and clearly visible in the store so that those orders can be placed more reliably. That's the value here. Mm-hmm. And so I love this. Predicted that it was something we're going to start to see. Amazon smartly is going after it in the right place with the right partner. 300 locations across college campuses. That just makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're 100% right. I think it's another example of how Amazon, in this case, and a company that it owns interest in, Grubhub, are creating this like easy button, not just for retailers, like not just like the examples we talked about earlier in the show with like Panera, but it's also doing this for educational institutions like colleges. They're learning and testing in that environment, all the way to housing. Like, I think this is there's another story this week about how they're deploying Just Walk Out technology at the Regency 55 plus housing. And I think that's another opportunity. Like, once you install Palm Pay, like how many things does that get you access to? Is it access to your dorm, room without having to carry a key around? Is it access to your housing facility, to the grocery store in the facility, to parking, like all of these things? I think that, it just further leverages or levers up Amazon as the go-to as an operation base for everything on an owned property. Like, I think this is huge. Plus you have Grubhub now, where you're getting students hooked because they're ordering from that's the only place they can go to the dining hall. This is multiple times a day. So now you're ingraining this behavior into those students who will eventually graduate, become Prime members or Grubhub Plus members, fingers crossed. But it's so part of their day-to-day process, and they've been doing it so quickly that there's no reason to leave the platform, even if it increases in price a couple dollars once they get out of campus. And then the final thing I'll say is, Chris, the dining hall card is the method of payment here too.
Oh,
So when
yeah.
you think about as a parent sending your kid to
Right.
college, like you're just loading that thing up. You don't know where they're,
Right.
you assume it's dining hall, but now as a
Right.
student, I get access to delivery from my favorite restaurants that Grubhub will bring to my
Yeah.
apartment. And
Right.
sure, I'm using the dining hall. Like, nope,
Right.
no, I'm not. I'm
Right.
going to, I'm
Or
getting
the
Domino's
yeah.
pizza delivered every night. And now it's all coming out of your student supplied payments app, which
Yeah.
I think again is like the this underlying hidden thing here that's happening in the background that is very powerful for Grubhub and for Amazon.
Yeah, that's really intriguing too. Yeah, because yeah, it's a convenience store basically. Like they're operating a
Yeah.
convenience store on campus that has just walkout technology. And retail is all about scale. You know, I talked about it before with being on campus, but the other scale in this is you're operating a convenience store, which is also a warehouse for picking, for, you know, doubling up on your orders. And the other point I'd raise too, and then we'll move on, is I reposted the article that I wrote in Forbes, and you know who immediately jumped on it and was like, "Thank you for recognizing what we're doing here." Amazon people. They're like, yeah. So I mean, like, that's the play here, people. That's why they're doing this. It's pretty damn obvious that there's something to what we're talking about here. So